A haunted camper in Appalachia. In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the trees whisper secrets and the wind howls in the dead of night, stood an old, dilapidated camper. It had been on the market for years, its rusted exterior blending seamlessly with the eerie backdrop. Few were brave enough to venture near it, let alone make it their home. But for Finch and Janice, newlyweds in search of adventure, the allure of an isolated getaway was too enticing to resist. The couple had heard rumors of the haunted camper from the locals, but they dismissed them as nothing more than superstitions. "People around here love to spin tales," Finch said with a confident smile as they pulled into the overgrown driveway. With the sun dipping beneath the mountains and the shadows growing long, the camper loomed before them, a hulking silhouette against the darkening forest. Inside, the air was musty, and cobwebs clung to every corner. Dust particles danced in the faint, slanting light that penetrated the camper's thin curtains. Janice, an adventurous spirit, tried to make the best of the situation. "It just needs a little love, that's all," she said as she started cleaning and unpacking their meager belongings. As night fell, they settled in. The wind outside was relentless, making the camper creak and groan like an old ship on a stormy sea. It was an unsettling symphony, but Finch and Janice attributed it to the camper's age. Their first night passed with only the occasional thump or eerie sound in the distance. The next day, the newlyweds set out to explore the nearby trails and the enchanting beauty of the forest. But no matter where they went, they couldn't escape the feeling of being watched. The trees seemed to whisper secrets, and the wildlife darted away in a hushed panic as they approached. Unease settled in their bones. That night, the couple lay in their tiny bed, and a sense of dread hung heavy in the air. The wind outside had grown more vicious, and the shadows more haunting. Then, a soft, distant whisper floated through the camper, sending shivers down their spines. Both Finch and Janice strained to hear it, but the words were elusive, like the echo of forgotten memories. As the hours passed, the whispers grew louder and closer. Finch rose from the bed to investigate, his heart pounding in his chest. He followed the ghostly murmur into the dark recesses of the camper, only to find an empty room. Janice clung to the covers, tears glistening in her eyes. "Finch, I'm scared. We shouldn't have come." Ignoring the apprehension in his own heart, he reassured her. "It's probably just the wind, love. We'll be fine." But the camper had more in store for them. The whispers became more distinct. A mournful voice from another time recounted tales of sorrow and lost souls. And then the spectral apparitions began. Figures in tattered clothing, their faces etched in misery, appeared at the foot of the bed. They reached out their bony hands as if pleading for a release from an eternal torment. The couple's fears were palpable, their cries filling the night. They fled from the camper, leaving behind their belongings. The forest around them had grown quiet, the trees still and the shadows no longer malevolent. As they looked back at the haunted camper, they saw a flicker of light within, as if it were ablaze from the inside. They never returned to retrieve their possessions and never spoke of that night again. The camper, once home to the restless spirits of the Appalachian Mountains, remained abandoned, a sinister relic of a forgotten past. As they drove away, Finch and Janice couldn't help but think that the locals had been right all along, and that some secret should remain undisturbed, hidden in the heart of the mountains, where the wind howled and the trees whispered, forever haunting the forsaken camper. For more Campfire stories, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us online at campersandvampires.com.